still running a Windows 11 upgrade right on top of your old install. If your PC feels cursed even with good hardware, that might be the exact reason why. I've seen it 100 times. A powerful computer acting laggy, crashing randomly, and just feeling slow for no good reason. The secret culprit is often hiding in plain sight, the way you install Windows. Today, we're going to compare a clean install versus an upgrade for FPS, stability, and your overall sanity. And most importantly, I'll tell you when it's actually worth wiping everything and starting fresh, and when it's just a waste of time. Trust me, the answer isn't as simple as always do a clean install. So, how did most of us get to Windows 11? We saw that little pop-up in the corner of Windows 10, hit upgrade, and let it do its thing. It feels easy, right? But what's really happening is that Windows is trying its best to drag all your old files, settings, drivers, and registry entries over to the new system. It's like moving to a new house, but bringing every single piece of junk from your old garage with you. For some systems, especially newer ones, this process goes surprisingly well. But for others, especially those that have been around for a while, you end up with a digital mess. You get leftover drivers from a graphics card you replaced 2 years ago, broken application data, and a bloated system registry. This is what causes those weird, unexplainable stutters in games, or random error messages that pop up and disappear without a trace. You know the feeling your hardware is great, but the experience is just off. Now, let's talk about what a clean install changes. A clean install is exactly what it sounds like. It wipes the slate completely clean. It formats your main drive and installs a brand new untouched copy of Windows 11. No old drivers, no registry junk, no leftover files from apps you uninstalled years ago. The only things on your system are the core Windows files and whatever you choose to install afterward. The immediate difference is often felt at boot time. Windows loads fewer weird, unnecessary services, and your startup list in Task Manager is significantly shorter. This means your computer starts faster and has more resources available for the things you actually want to do, like gaming or editing. Troubleshooting also becomes 1,000,000 times easier. When an error pops up on a clean system, you have a much smaller list of potential causes to investigate, instead of digging through years of accumulated digital clutter. So let's get to the big question. What does this mean for FPS and stability in the real world? If your current Windows installation is old, has been through multiple hardware changes like new GPUs or storage drives, and you've installed and uninstalled tons of software, a clean install can absolutely fix those ghost performance issues. I'm talking about the problems that don't show up in benchmarks, but you feel during gameplay. You might not suddenly gain 50 FPS in your favorite game. A clean install doesn't magically make your hardware faster. But what it can do is eliminate the micro stutter and random hitching that make even the best hardware feel cheap and unreliable. You'll see it in the frame time graphs. An old upgraded install might have a decent average frame rate, but the frame time graph will be full of spikes. A clean install smooths out that line, delivering a much more consistent and enjoyable experience. So, when should you actually commit to a clean install? You should seriously consider it if you've recently changed major hardware, especially your motherboard, CPU, or even your main storage drive. You should also do it if you've been running the same Windows install for 3 to 5 years or more. If you're constantly getting random crashes, blue screens, driver errors, or strange Windows update failures, it's a huge red flag. And finally, if your PC just feels sluggish and slow even after you've upgraded the hardware, a clean install is probably your best next step. The process is straightforward. Back up your important files to an external drive or the cloud. Use Microsoft's official media creation tool to make a bootable USB drive, and then install Windows Fresh. After it's done, be selective. Only install the apps and drivers you actually need and use. But wait, does this mean an upgrade is always bad? Absolutely not. If your system is fairly new, maybe a year or two old, and it runs stably without any weird errors, a a well-maintained upgrade can perform just as well as a clean install. Don't feel pressured to wipe your drive just because you read online that you have to. Before you do anything drastic, try fixing the basics first. Clean up your startup programs, make sure all your drivers are up to date, and run a disk check. Sometimes, that's all it takes to solve your problems. Now, here's a pro tip, my favorite hybrid approach before going for the full nuke. I call it the soft reset. First, go into your task manager and disable all the unnecessary junk from your startup items. Next, uninstall any old antivirus software or so-called PC optimizer apps, as Windows Defender is great on its own now. Then, go to your motherboard and GPU manufacturer's websites and install the latest chipset and graphics drivers directly. Finally, run a proper malware scan and a disk health check to rule out any underlying issues. This simple 4-step process can often restore a lot of lost performance without the hassle of a full reinstall. At the end of the day, a clean install isn't a magic bullet that will give you 200 FPS on a budget PC, but it is the most effective way to remove years of digital garbage that can haunt your system. If you've upgraded your hardware, but your operating system still feels slow, clunky, and unstable, it's probably time to give your PC the fresh start it deserves. It's like a deep clean for your computer's soul. If you want a full step-by-step guide on how to back up your data and perform a clean install without losing anything important, make sure you subscribe to the channel. I'll have a checklist video coming up just for that. Thanks for watching,